higher Social Security checks, a one-off stimulus check, ongoing monthly payments, an adjustment to the COLA, a $200 per month raise to Social Security, higher SNAP benefits, and the list goes on and on. These are some topics I certainly want to discuss for you here in the video. Let's get into it and talk about it. Now, first off, I have a quick question for you. Is it just me, or are you sick and tired of struggling financially week after week, month after month, and the last few years here? It has been brutal the last few years, and I'm not sure about you, but I'm absolutely sick of it. And that's exactly why I'm going to bring up these topics here that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, because I know a lot of you here in this community receive any of those benefits that I mentioned earlier, and we continue to hear from all these lawmakers giving all these empty promises and then doing a whole lot of nothing. Either way, we're sick and tired of it. We're tired. We're burnt out. We're struggling, and that's what I want to talk about. Let's get into it really quickly. However, can I ask a huge favor of you? Please make sure to like the video. Big thumbs up button down below. Also, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe as well. Again, big subscribe button down below. And lastly, please feel free to share this video. Share button down below with your friends on social media. Thank you. Really, really appreciate your support. And remember, I'm here for you every single day, no matter what. I've been here for you for almost 5 years now. Every single day, thousands and thousands and thousands of videos. There's a lot of things here, and I've said before, my dedication, my commitment to you, I'll be here for you every single day to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, transparent information every single day, no matter what, and continuously advocate on your behalf in any way that I possibly can. We got to stick together right now. It is such a rough time out there. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. Let's talk about it. All right, so again, all the different issues that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, right? Okay, so the reason I wanted to kind of lump all this together in this video is that I want to hear your feedback on this. If you would like to share, and if you're comfortable sharing anything down below in the comment section, I want to know your thoughts on this. So over the last several years here, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years or something like that, ever so often I've been writing these letters. In fact, it's been quite a while, like a pretty long time since I've written any letters to lawmakers. But now that we have all these new lawmakers, we have new president, things like this, we have all this, new situation that's happening here. All these people will be brought in, not that long from now. I don't know, 2 months now, all these people will be brought in. But my point is, now that we have all these new individuals, please let me know your thoughts on this. Should I draft a couple letters here and ask for all this? Kind of really hammer down and be like, all right, it's time to shine, guys. Let's do something here. Let's finally follow through with some of these empty promises that lawmakers have made over the last several years, and they've done absolutely nothing, right? So if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, I write these letters. It's actually been a long time. I don't remember the last time I wrote one of these letters, but it's been quite a while since I wrote one of these. But a couple years ago, I was writing them once a month or something like that. I was writing these letters out to lawmakers and different people in the House of Representatives, the Senate, and saying, hey, you said this, you want to do something about this? And they've done literally nothing. So at the beginning of the video, you heard me rattle off a bunch of things like higher Social Security checks, one-off stimulus check, ongoing monthly payments, the $200 per month raise, which we've heard about so many times. They continue to dangle that in front of our face, and they don't, do anything about that. Which, by the way, quick side note, they originally floated the $200 per month raise to beneficiaries back in March of 2020, right? Do you realize how much prices have gone up since then? Okay, the $200 at this point is like kind of an insult now, because it's like the $200, don't get me wrong, it would be super nice, it would be very helpful, but they've waited so long to do anything about this, and they've jacked up inflation so much since then. The $200 is like, sorry, now you got to make it $400, because $200 doesn't even do anything anymore. Kind of see my point here, right? Like, back in March of 2020, $200 actually had some value. Today, $200, again, don't get me wrong, we'd be very grateful, but at the end of the day, $200 would be kind of like, thanks, this is not going to help whatsoever. It's going to get me like, I don't know, 10 days worth of food or whatever, you know what I mean? Again, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get my point, right? But anyway, this whole mess, and again, the insulting 2.5% COLA for 2025, again, for all beneficiaries across the board, that's an insult. Again, I'm not sure about you, but I find that to be kind of an insult considering all the inflation we've been dealing with, and for them to be like, oh no, it's only 2.5%, just trust us on this one. Really? Have you been to the store lately to try to buy anything? Yeah, exactly. Then try to tell me it's only 2.5%. Yeah, okay, we'll really believe that one, sure. Yeah, okay, thanks, right? Not only that, the COLA for SNAP benefits, which, by the way, SNAP benefits, great program, but man, this program is failing people left and right. A minimum benefit of $23 going up by $1 or it already did go up, by the way. It went up October 1st because of the COLA, which went into effect for SNAP benefits. But again, going up $1 or $2 based on your household size, that's nuts. And acting like there's no food inflation, again, false. Where are they shopping, right? Yeah, exactly. So anyway, long story short here, I'm curious. I'm wondering, please give me your feedback. Love it, hate it, I don't care. Give me your feedback. I'm open to all of it, okay? Should I draft some letters and just get them all queued up here, ready to go, right? Maybe start, sending a couple out here and there. And maybe once we roll over to the new year, start just piling these letters out there and be like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. Here's some ideas, things like this. Now, okay, I'll probably see this down below in the comment section as well, and that's okay. Over the last few years here, correct, I've sent out, I don't know, I have no idea how many letters. 15, 18, 20? I have no idea. Realistically, it's probably between that 15 and 18 I've sent out in a variety of physical letters, paper, like through the mail. I've sent out emails, all kinds of things like this. Sometimes these lawmakers have on their websites, they have like these little send us a message, and I'll send a little message through that little, messaging center there as well, things like that. But I've sent out a bunch of these over the last, again, probably 4-ish years or so, give or take a little bit. And obviously, to be fair with you, yes, some of you have said, hey, why even waste your time? It's not doing anything. For the most part, we've seen nothing. However, there is something that did come up about a year ago, and I don't know if this has anything to do with the letters or not, but it was kind of a coincidence. I did send out a letter. Again, I've sent out letters multiple times over the last few years here, and it was about a year ago, give or take a little bit. I sent out a letter, and I mentioned something in there about, hey, why do you keep reducing our SNAP benefits? Because of the COLA for Social Security. It makes absolutely no sense. The COLA for Social Security is supposed to be a cost of living adjustment. And then they come in and reduce SNAP benefits for beneficiaries because incomes have gone up as a result of the COLA. I was like, that's ridiculous. Which, by the way, you can still find that video here on the channel. I have no idea where it is, to be honest with you. It's from about a year ago, give or take a little bit. It's way back there. You'd have to dig a lot to find it. But it's here still on the channel somewhere. If you wanted to read that actual letter, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know where that video is, but it's out there from about a year ago. But my point is, I kind of hammered down on that. And then, interestingly enough, shortly thereafter, and again, I don't know if there's any influence on that whatsoever, but then shortly thereafter, they introduced the COLAs Don't Count Act, which they introduced it. What did they do? Nothing. Again, absolutely jack. They did nothing about it, right? They introduced it. I said, wow, look at this. Nice piece of legislation. I agree. It sounds a little bit familiar, by the way. I'm pretty sure we told them to do this. They floated it, and then they never did anything about it. But anyway, basically what the COLAs Don't Count Act is they would essentially say, like, hey, the COLAs don't impact SNAP benefits anymore. Exactly what we asked of them. Okay, so they floated a bill. They floated the legislation. Never saw any results from it. But my point is, I'd love to hear your feedback. Do you want me to draft some letters? I'd be happy to do it. I actually kind of enjoy it, right? It's like my little release. I get to write a little letter. I get to rip on some people. I get to basically tell them that they're terrible at their job. And it's kind of fun, right? It's I have to write it very carefully, but at the same time, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of a fun little task for me. So I don't mind whatsoever. But my point is, if you do want me to do this, give me a couple key issues down below in the comment section. If you'd like to share, you don't have to, definitely not required. I have a handful of different things that I really want to focus on. Let me know, what do you think are some hot button issues that would be most important to you going forward in 2025 and beyond? What would be most important to you, and what would help you out the most, right? I mean, here's the thing. If we're going to contact them and if they're going to take the time to read our letter, we don't want to waste time focusing on little issues. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna follow, if I'm gonna write the letter, and if they're gonna take time reading it, let's make sure we're doing something, we're asking for something that's actually significant enough to make differences, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. The COLAs not affecting SNAP benefits would be great. Don't get me wrong, that'd be awesome. But that's like, that's not that influential. It's not that great of a thing. It'd be nice, but it's not like a $200 raise, right? Let's go for the big fish to fry, right? Let's fry up the big fish. Let's go for those guys rather than little minnows. Minnows are good too. That's good. But let's go for the big stuff. If they're going to focus on anything, let's be like, hey, let's ask for this, that, or the other thing. So anyway, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video and earlier, I did mention a couple of different things that I'd, like to focus on, but I want to hear from you directly, okay? I'm only one person. I only have so many ideas. I only have so many thoughts. I only have so many experiences. But if we can come together collectively here in the community and say, hey, let's ask for this or that, or let's do this or that or the other thing. And just because we write a letter to them does not mean that they're actually going to do anything, right? We can ask all we want. We've been doing it for years. Does not mean they have to do anything whatsoever. And who knows? Maybe it'll give them some ideas. But what I've said before in other videos is this. All we really need to do, and it might seem like a total waste, but here's the thing. All we really need to do is get one influential lawmaker to basically read our letter and say, yeah, that's a good point. I agree with this. I haven't thought about seniors. I haven't thought about people with disabilities. I haven't thought about people living on a fixed income or the low income lately. These are some good ideas. Maybe I should talk to my colleagues about this. And then they go and waste a whole bunch of time doing whatever they do, and they talk about it. And again, I'm just saying, that's all we really need. We need one person. That's literally it. Okay, that's all we really need is one person to basically get some ideas, kind of sign on to this and be like, yeah, I kind of like where you're going with this. Start talking to their colleagues or, other lawmakers. And then all of a sudden they join a little pact and they write up some legislation. They introduce it, and that's how things get started, right? So I am not writing this letter to get, 200 people in Congress to sign on to this. Absolutely not. It's not going to happen. But if we can get one or two or just a very small handful of people to start reading these and start getting it some attention and then talking to other people in Congress, that's how things start, right? So that's kind of my point here. We're kind of going because you got to spread a huge, huge wide net. You got to throw a big wide net out there. Hopefully you'll catch, a little something, and then just, it kind of snowballs from there, if that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, I'd love to hear your feedback down below. If you want me to do this, happy to do it. Not a problem whatsoever. I can absolutely draft some letters. Not a big deal whatsoever. But what are the hot button issues that you want me to focus on? And again, I want to look through the comment section and see kind of the consensus down below. Hey, if I see the same thing coming up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 times, it's like, okay, that's obviously an important issue that many people want resolved. You know what I mean? So again, if you're comfortable doing so, feel free to share down below. If you don't want to, that's totally fine whatsoever. It is not required at all. I'm just asking. If you don't want to share it, that's okay. I'll just draft a letter. I'll bring it back to you for review. If you like it, we'll send it off. If you don't like it, again, let me know. Totally fine as well. Okay. Anyway, I hope this helps. Again, like I said before, I want to do whatever I possibly can to keep you informed. I want to continue to advocate on your behalf, whatever I possibly can for you here in this community. I've got you. I've said that before in other videos, and I'll continue to do that. Well over 5,000 videos here on the channel. I can tell you this much. It takes years to make 5,000 videos. I promise you, okay? A long time. It's just a long time. I don't mind. Whatever. My point is, I'm dedicated to you in this community, okay? Anyway, hope this helps. Again, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Like the video, thumbs up button down below. Feel free to share this video. Again, share button down below with your friends on my social media. Check out the other 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos have hand selected for you down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos there. Thank you. Really appreciate you. Stick together right now. I'm here for you in any way I can be. Just enjoy your day. That's all that really matters these days. Just have a good one. Stay safe. And I'll see you again soon.